grave digger as the seconds continue to tear off the clock. And some big air from Max D. Fire. Guys like Ryan Anderson and Morgan Kane as we see the big air from Max D. And look at this, another dynamite save as he completely flips it over and lands at Camden Murphy.
Because I knew that the dirt was being real tacky, and it ended up in the sidewall save, and then I'm not really sure what happened. It bounced and it flipped, and I was on my nose and I gassed it and it flipped back over, and it was honestly probably one of the coolest saves that I was like, well, that was neat.
Freestyle in high jump, a lot of people in Monster Jam thought he should have won, and a sky wheelie off the ramp, and look at the save for Camden Murphy. And John Zimmer coming into tonight in 6th overall, but there's a sky wheelie off the step up, and he lands it perfectly. Just hit anything you can, you come off the side, you come off the front, and you see what happens. A slap wheelie for Wildflower. She is a former Monster Jam Extreme Air Award winner, so she can get this thing up there in the sky just like that. A corkscrew off the backflip ramp and a save for Wildflower.
Corkscrew, pirouette, and feel throughout this season, hopefully, that I can make this work.
Challenge, we've got to come out here and do something different, and he did it, walking all the way across that race pod.
He would finish in 4th. A look at this bicycle as it gets right on the sidewall, spins it back around. A double combo move for Bro Camino.
Doing that long bicycle that I did, it's one of my favorite moves. I've been doing it all year long this year on the bigger floors. Sometimes we can pop it up into a moonwalk, but that time I actually dumped it a little further over on the side and tried to get it into a sidewall, and it was really enjoyable. The fans loved it. I thought it was awesome, so it worked out perfect.
To pull off these moves, and that's incredibly difficult. But Neil Elliott, he's got so many of these great flip skills challenge victories. A 9.429, putting it on the nose, up with that back end high in the air, because he's so good at it. He's done it so many times. How is he going to innovate this move into something new, into something different to keep those skills challenge wins coming?
He was unable to compete in. That was in St. Louis on Sunday, so he has won 7 of these, more than anybody else in a Monster Jam Stadium Series. Bryce, if he keeps doing this, Morgan Kane in Grave Digger needed this one as well after the racing win, moonwalking it back up over the race pod.
Well, this was a really, really cool moment for all of the fans, but also for Morgan Kane, because he doesn't do a lot of nose wheelies. That's ground speed we've seen all night long, upsetting the truck, but here he goes, Monster Energy backflip ramp. Perfect rotation. Oh, but a twist at the very end.
How about a backflip? Gravedigger lining up perfectly to the backflip ramp. He is going to land this thing on the back 2 tires and spin around on the hook. Can he save it though?
Yes, Morgan.
And here we go with Chester up on the backflip ramp, and he's going to sky it, and he gets way, way deep on it, and he cannot land it.
He's going to turn up the volume a little bit with a backflip, see if he can rotate.
Try to get for number 2, and he bounces it off, trying to save it, but he can't. Oh, he does get it. What a save.
Well, here she goes. She's lining up for the Monster Energy backflip ramp. A lot of speed up to it.
And she's got it. She's going to try to overextend it and cannot save it.
It sounds like he might be trying to hit this with first.
And the backflip from Max D, and he gets it. Lining up for the backflip here. This is what won him the freestyle in Tampa. And he bounces off the front tires, lands it on the rear, and he is straight up, and he is looking for something here. She's holding it there for the fans of Miami.
Did he shut off? No, it's still running.
He's trying to walk it forward. He's posing right now, Bryce. Full speed ahead for the backflip ramp. No slowing down for Ryan Anderson. And he gets a bounce into a nose wheelie.
Into a moonwalk in here. Oh, he puts it on the back end. We have not seen that before, where he has.
And look at the bicycle here. He gets that right tire, nicks it off the backflip ramp. Come on, Ryan.
Looks like he's lining up here.
Backflip here, coming in slow is Grave Digger, but he hits it. And he is going to get pretty far on the back 2 tires, and he can't save it. He's going to line up early for the backflip. Here goes Bakugan Dragonoid. Monster Energy backflip ramp gets a little short, but he can bounce off the tires and save it.
He's able to make something out of a difficult situation. And he goes to the backflip.
He can't even see out of the windshield. And it's showtime. Another freestyle when he approaches the 8-pack backflip ramp, and he will land it. So Matt Pagliarulo starting to sweat off camera as he hits the 8-pack, and forward momentum from Max D and lands it, and he is not done yet. That's what I'm talking about, Neil Elliott.
Hey Motorsports fans, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go for all the latest news and highlights across motorsports.